Hi ladies, hi gents. I hope you're all well. I know I haven't been around for a few weeks. It's been a bit chaotic here. Unfortunately, my brother's not been very well and is in hospital. He's been in there for the past month, but fingers crossed he should be out next week. So I've been doing a lot on backwards and forwards to the hospital and other stuff, so I haven't really had much time to craft or to film any of my projects or anything. So I thought I'd take 10 minutes this morning and film this, because this has been made for a while and I just haven't had a chance to film it. Okay, so this is a fabric book that I made, and the base of this I just used some cotton, and I hand stitched the base of the book, and then I embellished it. So this one's a little bit different for me, yeah, and I'm sure you'll see why as we go through it. I had some of these beautiful images of ladies on fabric and I wanted to use them. Sorry. And with each of them there was a different colour theme, so I got a little bit brave and just thought, okay, I'm going to go with it and try and add the colours into the fabric book. So over the top of the cotton I just laid lace fabric on each page, different lace fabric on each page. This one's got a slight texture with little bits, and I think actually June gave me this fabric. Hi June, I hope you're well. And it's got a bit of texture to it, so I absolutely love that. So the colour of this image was the sort of whites and creams, so that was easy enough. So I just went with that. I've just added bits of lace applique here and there, and then clusters of flowers layered up, bits of lace cut into different flowers and I layer them up. So there's quite a few on there, and then I've used some of the cream ribbon roses just to pick out the cream in the image. Another flower here, the bling. More appliques up here. This is like in a leaf shape. Again, some more rolled ribbon roses. Just lots of little bits of lace layered up round the image as well. I've put some more of the little roses and bling up here, and just followed that all the way around. I have popped a tiny diamante onto the necklace and a few in the hair bow as well of the image. Now I don't normally do that, but I wanted to see how well they would hold, so I'm quite happy how that turned out actually. So that's the front cover. On the spine I just used this beaded flower applique up the spine because I love it so much, and I thought it would just give it a different look to ones I've done before. There is a little bit of tiny dangles coming out either side of it just to give it a bit of texture, and as you've seen I kept the back quite plain, but I covered it in this beautiful fabric that I had, and then just edged it with some different laces going round. So I'm really happy with how the back of it looks. So that's the back. Okay, so to the inside, let me just have a quick sip of tea. So the first page is a colour that I really don't use very often at all. It's not one of my favourite colours. So what you'll see in this image is there's lots of yellows. Oh, I've got a glue string there. is lots of yellows, and I really don't use much yellow at all. So on this page I've made a pocket page, and this is using a doily and then embellishing it with some lace. And through the doily I have sort of pushed through some yellow seam binding all the way through, and I've tied it in a bow both ends. So it's tied up here, and then this has got a lace bow with pearls on. I've added a couple of flowers with the little tiny yellow ribbon roses. I've done the same here, and then this end, again I've tied a bow, but this one I put a flower on this one. I haven't added dangles on this book. I thought I'd keep it quite simplified. I've added one of these lace appliques of this big rose. I just love this rose with the rosebud hanging down. The page was covered in a doily, and it's quite a nice size pocket there. Then over to this page. So as you see in the image, has lots of yellows in it. I just layered up some lace on the page, and then I framed the picture with little laces and appliques all the way around. I hung a couple of leaf dangles at the bottom. I've also added this piece, which is actually a vintage piece that I had, but I thought it was so pretty, and it wasn't a dangle, but it just added a bit of something different to the page. So, and I've got some leaves here, and they're in like a pale yellow, sort of slightly yellowy green colour there. And then I've just layered up flowers around here. This flower I made out of some lace I had, and then lots of ribbon roses in a cluster, and little flowers in a cluster around here. And then just 3 little yellow ribbon roses on this side just to balance it out. And again I've added some little pearls onto the hair here. So I just lift that up. So that's the pocket page with the yellow, and that's the image with all the yellow flowers and the little. So that's that page. The next page has blue, again because there's blues in the image, but I'll show you that in a moment. Again I used a doily to make a pocket, and this time I stitched the doily up into gathered ruffles, and then I just and I'd done that using white seam binding, and then I just added a little tiny blue ribbon rose on each one of those ruffles. I used a wedding applique on the centre of the pocket here. Again the base has a doily, but then this is one of the blue dyed pieces that I did in the summer, and I just put that on in the background so that there's quite a good pocket and not too much large embellishments on there. So that's the blue page. And as you can see, there's blue in this image, so I followed that theme. Again I just added lace fabric. I framed the picture using some beaded wedding applique, and it just sat perfectly with the sort of like scalloped shapes around it. So I added this blue flower here, and then the blue leaves and this flower here with a tiny ribbon rose. Onto the dress I added a ribbon rose, and in the hair bow I put a blue pearl on this one. So as you can see, this is something really different to me. I don't normally use so many colours in one project. Okay, the next page is the pink and black page, because the image had both pinks and black. So on this page again I've made a doily pocket, and I had this pink dyed applique that I dyed myself, and then I just layered this flower applique on top so that there's a hint of pink on there, but not too overpowering. I've used this lace trim with sequins that I had dyed in the summer as well, you know, with the, I think this was avocado dye, this one, as the background to the pocket. And then I used a couple of deep pink ribbon roses just to add to this one, to tie into this page. So it's not too much, it's just a little bit. And then on this one I used that same flower fabric that I've used on the back page, and I really wanted to frame the image on this one using the pinks and a few little bits of black. So what I did, I had this lace, and then I layered up the flowers on it in the two pinks all the way around, and then I added then I added little black pearls and gemstones. Again, I made a cluster of the pink flowers and pink and black pearls here, and then a couple of little black rhinestones in the hair bow. I've added this flower here, and then a little bit of pink applique behind it. So if I show you those, so that's the pocket page, and that's the image. And of course, round each page I have used laces and wedding appliques, and there's a string on there, and wedding appliques and all different bits and pieces. So I'm really happy how that turned out. I'm thrilled that I used so many colours in one project. So I really hope you like it. Do let me know what you think. I know it's a bit brave for me, but I really wanted to try it and see how I got on with it. And yeah, I'm quite happy, but do let me know what you think. And hopefully it won't be so long till I get to do another video. And hopefully I'll be able to catch up with my comments over the next few days if I get some time. It's just been mega busy at the moment. Well, the past month has been, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I get some time over the next week. So I hope you're all well, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.